Lights, camera, action. In a studio where local filmmakers talk to other filmmakers about the inside world of film. Cut! That's not the script. It. We'll fix it in post. Do you wonder how films are produced and what really goes on behind the scenes? Well, stand by. Filmmakers Kevin Mumphrey, Victoria V.A. Jones, and Carson Hype Ferguson explain all the details. Right here on It, We Will Fix It in Post podcast.
Whenever you're listening, I thank you for listening. I am Kevin Mumphrey, and this is Fuck It, We'll Fix It in Post. I'm here with my colleagues Victoria V.A. Jones.
What's going on?
And Carson Hype Ferguson.
Yeah.
So today we're talking about young Hollywood stars. So I was scrolling on probably TikTok or YouTube, one of those things, and I saw somebody say Hollywood doesn't make stars anymore.
What do they make?
They just build off of brands and old stars, basically. I kind of forget the wording.
I guess.
But I heard this and it kind of made me think. So not too long ago, maybe like a few months ago, Forbes put out a list of the highest paid actors of 2023. Now, did you all see that list?
No.
So I'll give you some of the names. Denzel Washington, who's 69, Equalizer 3. Ben Affleck, who is he's 51. He made $38 million. Jason Statham.
Is that just for acting or is that
for acting. Yeah,
okay.
I checked it. It's just for acting for a film project.
Okay.
All but the first, but it'll make sense once I bring it up. Jason Statham, he's made $41 million. He's 56. Ben Affleck, I said that. Leonardo DiCaprio, $41 million. He's 49. Oh, good Lord, I have to.
You got a lot of notes there.
Yeah, and I got them all wrong. So also Jennifer Aniston, she made $42 million.
Jennifer Aniston.
I
know who it is, but what has she been doing?
She did the morning show. That's on.
Okay, I got you.
I saw a few episodes of it. It's not too bad.
I forgot she did that show.
Then she did that show. Murder Mystery 2 with Adam Sandler.
Okay.
Matt Damon, $43 million. 53. Ryan Gosling, also $43 million. And he's 43. Now, Tom Cruise, $45 million. 61. Must say, looks great for 61.
He is 61 years old?
That is crazy.
Oh, my goodness.
Margaret Robbie, $59 million at 33. Now, she is the youngest person on this list. Number one is Adam Sandler.
What has he done? I mean, lately.
Shocked the hell. So now
stuff.
He has his production company, and he did Murder Mystery 2. So he produces it. So he brings in more money.
That's for acting. I'm talking about acting.
Acting. Now, I said this is a unique situation. So because he's gonna pay himself as an actor.
So you pay yourself as an actor, and maybe you take like almost nothing as a director and all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
He also makes. Actually, he still does stand up and can. Apparently, if he does a stand up, he can get gross more than $400,000 per show.
When's the last time he did a stand up?
I have no idea. I was shocked to see this information as you already hear it. But
I mean, he could do like a local club or like a small night or something like that. But I don't even know if him doing that. I don't recall anybody even talking about that.
I don't recall it either. I was just as shocked to hear this as you are hearing it right now. So
I didn't even think he did stand up anymore, to be honest with you.
I didn't either.
That's crazy.
Now, the average age, I kind of put them all together to try to get the average age. The average age of a person on that list was 52 years old. There's no one in their 20s.
Well, you got a younger, like the people from Disney who are, climbing up the ladder a little bit.
They're climbing, but they've been climbing up for a while.
Like, but they're not bankable like that. They're not bankable like that.
Not yet.
Yeah, but I don't think they will be because the audiences are different. Like they're not taking people to movies, and nobody's setting them up to do that either.
And that's the people on this list. You're using them as the marquee. They're the ones promoting the movie. You're using their name to get people into theaters. And they're the ones selling the movie.
No, but if you look at it, the that Disney crowd of That's So Raven. What was the Disney crowd of
JoJo Siwa was plenty after That's So Raven, right? Look what she's doing now. She's doing like tours and stuff like that, but she's focused more on the music.
I'm saying that era. I just used That's So Raven for that era of Disney. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So those people who came up out of that era, not Raven Simone, but Raven Simone brought That's So Raven back. So that's what she's doing. But I'm saying of that era. You got Zendaya, you have Zach, what's his name?
Hey,
Zach Bell?
as much as Efron,
Yeah.
whatever. Like Efron's probably a bigger movie star than anybody else, and I don't know if Zendaya is gonna like actually pull people to the theater like that. She's never.
You gotta
been,
give her. You gotta give those people a chance. Though.
If there's going to be one, I feel like she would be that.
I don't.
She feels like she's like one like that break off film away.
I don't know about that. Like,
but then again,
I don't know. Like, this is my personal thing, or whatever. Like, I don't see her as just like superstar, maybe supporting actor. I don't see her as like the standalone character. But like, guess what? Everybody had their part to play, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Now, when you brought up the Disney point, like there was a point where Disney was making like these major stars.
Yep.
Right.
It's not really the case anymore.
TV
they
and
still
music.
TV star. Now, a lot of these stars, or that I think that could be part of it, that they're like there was a point like we were growing up. If you were a movie star, you didn't do TV.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like you might have done a guest appearance, but you were like. The show had to been like when Brad Pitt went on Friends.
Yeah, that's because
Friends is like an iconic show, like one of the biggest shows in television history.
Right.
Something like that. But ideally, if the saying was, if you see me on the big screen, you may belittle me to be seen in a smaller screen.
Well, that's changed now because
that is
most of the things
changed
are
now.
streaming. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you see big stars doing commercials that you wouldn't see.
That's because streaming came along. So you can see a movie on the same. A movie is going to be one of the biggest things on the same streaming network as a TV show is.
Now,
when in the 90s you had movies and you had television. Two separate different things.
You also had movies that were primarily for the big screen.
Yeah.
And you had your TV movies.
Yeah. Which were like a little crappy.
Left Behind, Kirk Cameron.
Bro, you just had that out in the tuck.
I mean, hey, look, it was a TV movie. It was a big old event, man. It was an event-driven movie. It was like a whole summer. It was like a long movie basically. They split it up. It was a big summer. There was a part 1 and a part 2.
Never saw it, so I'm going to take your word for that.
You've never saw Left Behind? Like that was a big thing.
No, not for me. Not at all.
Yeah, because like all the people that watch like Touched by an Angel, whatever, televangelists and all that stuff, they brought in them crowds.
Yeah, all the Baptist, Christian, everything, it brought in that crowd.
I was not part of that.
You didn't have to be. Like, hey, look.
Hey, y'all watching something I'm not.
Hey, the center need the medicine.
Like y'all can tell me about it. I wasn't. I was somewhere.
I mean, I saw it when I was younger, but I don't remember. I don't remember it. But I remember that era of just that whole big event thing happening for that. Just like what was the other one? For Passion of the Christ. That ain't it. That's it.
That was straight up movie.
Yeah, that was
movie theater movie.
Yeah.
What? Who funded that? Who was it?
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson funded it.
Yeah. So, was that in the theaters? I thought that was on TV.
That was
straight up TV.
I remember going to the theater. For that one.
So you saw that one?
That I saw. I'm gonna tell you why I remember that, because I literally remember some dude in the movie theater going, "Damn, Jesus getting his ass whooped." I was like, "That's funny, but very inappropriate."
I remember having a conversation with some dude, right? And he was like, he was trying to argue the point to they shouldn't get all that money, because he was like, he was talking about like bootleggers and all this stuff. and the story of Jesus shouldn't be like, for profit and all this.
They just made
And
a
I'm
movie.
I'm like, but hold on. Like, you shouldn't be buying the bootleg of this. And I remember we had like a 45-minute conversation about how don't support the bootleg, especially of this one.
But did they make it free to come see the film?
No.
Right.
Hey.
Yeah, but
right.
why
they
should
made a profit.
Why should they?
I'm talking about the argument of the dude. Talking about the bootleggers.
No, but I'm the guy. I'm going, look, I'll get that money to my homie.
You make that argument of, well, they should have made it free to come in and watch.
Nah, he wasn't gonna do that. He's like, I'm spreading the message. And I was like, nah, that's not how that works. That is not how that works, man. As a matter of fact, I need to get out the same vehicle as you, man, because the lightning coming.
So you rode with him?
Yeah.
Like y'all were friends?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay, now back to we're talking about these young Hollywood stars. So, looking back,
because
Christ.
That's definitely not a young Hollywood star.
I can't think of anybody young and if they were extras if there was in that movie.
As a matter of fact, the dude that played Jesus in that movie was in the movie about the kids. The trafficking of the kids. That was an independent film or whatever. It was owned by a major studio. The rights went away, and then they forwarded it all over the country or whatever. Sound of Freedom.
Yeah, okay. I know he's
that did numbers too.
About,
that did crazy numbers.
Oh yeah, I bet it did.
It did crazy numbers.
But so I was looking back at like just certain actors, see how over there they were when their breakout film came out. So now using Will Smith is kind of weird to use because he was already like a famous
TV.
He was famous in TV, but I was famous in music,
right?
Famous in TV, but when he broke out in film with like Independence Day,
late 20s,
28, yeah. Leonardo DiCaprio. Now,
about 26.
You're thinking the Titanic. I believe you're thinking the Titanic.
What was that movie before?
I was going to Romeo and Juliet.
No. That other movie.
I don't think that movie did that well, did it?
It did great with like teens.
No, what was that movie? I think his breakout role. What was that movie? With,
Eating Girl with Grape.
No, with the overweight mom.
That was Eating Gilbert Grape. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? But was he in that movie?
Yes.
So him and Johnny Depp were in that movie.
Yes.
They're brothers, right?
Yes.
Okay. Right.
So he
played the special needs kid.
Yeah, but he was much younger then. That wasn't a breakout role.
No, yeah. No. So because when he did Romeo and Juliet, he was 21. So the movie you're talking about, he been in his teens.
He was
definitely. And so when Tom Cruise first did Top Gun, take a guess how old he was.
30 something.
No.
How old was he in Top Gun?
23.
He was that young?
Yeah.
Damn, I thought he was
he
early.
He don't look 61.
I thought he was early 30s in that movie for some reason. But
he made you look older to us when we were younger.
Yeah.
Because he felt older. So, but no, he was 23. So now,
because his role in Risky Business was his first like kind of, hey, this is the next guy.
Yeah, and
that was like 80 something.
Boom! Nah, he may have been in his teens then.
Probably.
See, and that's kind of like I'm using it kind of. You don't see that now. You may see them in streaming service like Netflix, all that, and I don't even know if you're using them to sell the show because what now you're using to sell the shows is. That's the point. He was saying that you're using characters to sell the show more so than
the actor or actress. Yeah.
Now, I kind of want y'all to think if y'all were like funding a film. Do you think that's better?
No.
Because if they're a major movie star, you're paying like if they're bringing in 100, if that one person can bring in 100 million, you're paying them 20 of it.
So you're saying, if I funded a movie and I promoted the character more than the actor or actress,
yeah,
is that better?
Yeah,
definitely not.
See, but this is the point to where the movie star is quote unquote dead, and you don't have the bankable name that's going to be the draw anymore.
But I believe you can make a star.
You could if you wanted to make the investment,
Right.
but nobody wants to invest in anybody anymore.
But we're talking about me.
But
But you're not going to be actually attached to this person. So if they like go off and do what young Hollywood does when they get young person with money, now all your investment in them is gone. Maybe that's the way they're looking at it.
Now, it might be.
And the point of bringing an investment. Now, part of maybe why they don't make that investment now is just making a film is way more expensive now than it was when we were growing up. Like you can make a feature length film probably $20 million in mid to late 90s. So you had money to invest in that star. Whereas now they're coming up like hundreds of millions.
Why don't they do the Marvel thing then if that's the case? Where you're like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna invest in you. We're gonna like make a small like investment, right, by doing a multi-film deal. So it's gonna get progressively more the more films we do. But we don't have to do these films. But if we decide to do these films, then we'll have like another time period where you sign on to do this specific film, but you're already locked in at this particular pay rate or pay scale.
So you're meaning kind of, I don't know, did they do that with what they doing that with Jonathan Majors?
Robert Downey Jr. I know they did it with him.
That is overweight.
Jonathan, it's obviously going now, but I think they locked him in. But I mean, because like if they know they're going to do multiple projects with you, it's just better to get the rate up front.
Yeah,
and like they start you off on this tier, and then they move you up as like stuff goes.
That man over there talking about.
So that's why I brought. Okay, so I brought
Dr.
him.
King and
stop.
and
It's sad because of him. I can't hear the Coretta and not laugh.
Hey, you know what's crazy? They got memes all over the place, right? Where they got a picture of Rosa Parks on the back of the bus, like on the billboard at the very back of the bus. Talking about what WTF? Who did this?
No. Y'all make me lose.
I don't understand. Oh my goodness, that man! Listen.
There's a
and I put man on it. Man, that man. I didn't even put the Memphis man. That man, because he said he's a man and he needs. Oh my goodness!
I keep running, running.
There's a reason I use Jonathan Majors as an example compared to Robert Downey Jr. So back at that point, this was kind of like the up climb with Robert Downey, kind of the up climb of Marvel movies.
Yeah, but so you got to think though, they took a risk on him. He was uninsurable because you remember he had all the police run-ins and all that other stuff before Iron Man.
He did.
So honestly, he was a kind of known star, but he wasn't Robert Downey Jr. as we know today.
Yeah, and Marvel definitely helped with that. Mm-hmm. But before, because Spider-Man had came out before then, right?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe X-Men.
Two of the X-Men, or three of the X-Men under Fox, under the Fox moniker.
They could afford the risk at that point.
Could they?
Compared to
I don't know, but
Marvel was with Jonathan Majors?
They wanted Tom Cruise to play Iron Man originally. At least somebody did. But the casting director really stood on the table for Robert Downey Jr.
I think it's one of the greatest
castings. That is probably the most perfect casting.
I mean, Tom Cruise is not a bad second place.
No.
Even though
not second place. Not second place. That was first top billing.
I'm saying like if you can't get, if for some reason you couldn't get Robert.
No, I think the money guys wanted Tom Cruise, and I think he turned it down. I think that's how that went.
Yeah, that sounds.
And that would have probably been a one-off thing if that was the case too, because he probably wasn't going to sign on to all those movies. Being he was probably like what, 40 something, like late 40s.
Yeah,
right.
And are you sure he wouldn't do all the stuff he be doing?
But he makes
Mission Impossible.
Yeah, but he makes so much money on his production side. He don't need that.
And if he's not a part of that,
yeah,
he's not getting in on his production side. That's a good point. I never heard about Tom Cruise, so now I'm like thinking, like, could he have made?
Yeah, because like, what was it? Like just like when Will Smith turned down the role of Neo in the Matrix.
Oh yeah, no, I do remember that.
I mean, there's a bunch of those too, and you're like, really?
But that Tom
Cruise as Iron Man sounds better to me than Will Smith being Neo.
I don't know,
Like
especially now after the fact. Yes, he was a big action star, but was he that action star?
I don't think so.
I don't
No.
think so. And it might not have had as much draw because I want to say Robert Downey Jr. embodied that character. And like Iron Man wasn't like this big top tier Marvel character.
He absolutely was.
And it was, which is really funny that they took this like kind of second rate character that, you know, had its own following and fandom and all that stuff, but it wasn't the draw that it was. Spider-Man, the X-Men, you know, some of that stuff.
Definitely Spider-Man was
Yeah,
the draw.
Spider-Man was like one of the marquee characters of Marvel Comics. It
And
like one, maybe two.
I
Always.
feel like there was another Spider-Man, and I thought that was to be another one. No, they tried Blade because Blade kind of.
I mean, Blade was actually successful in its own right.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I just
they
watched
used Blade to fund Spider. I think
I was in a hotel last week and I just watched Blade 1, 2, and Trinity. It was on TBS.
Of course it was. You got to get y'all watching TV. It's hard enough to get people to watch Fox and ABC. Got to get you to watch CBS somehow.
Hey, them regular TV commercials, you thought YouTube was bad. Them regular TV commercials.
Barely watch
TV. A movie will take like 8 hours to watch.
Oh yeah, I know.
All them breaks. Oh man.
I know. That is ridiculous. That's why I don't watch TV like that no more.
So now let me ask you this. Now again, those actors I named, 50s, 60s. So when they're like 70, there's only certain kind of like even
they just gonna have to start bringing up the new
like
generation.
Denzel being the equalizer. It works for Denzel.
I believe that there are younger actors and actresses that can become that. You know what I'm saying? And really, the older generation, and a lot of them are doing it. They're kind of taking some of those younger ones under their wing, and you know, different ways and stuff like that, or how to be better, type deal. I think that's the best way to go.
I would enjoy that if we did more of that, but I don't know if they care, because if you look at across the board, the whole landscape is changing. The boxing last night or whatever, Ryan Garcia, this dude seems like a head case.
Seems,
and I was like, because the way he was kind of going off. I was even on Twitter Spaces, X Spaces, like not too long ago, where I was like listening to him talk. I'm like, ain't no way this dude can win this fight. He ain't all there. He crazy as I don't know what.
So do you think that's a play though? Do you really think he's that way, or is he just playing it?
He admitted to abuse as a kid, so I think he's going through some stuff. But he's still a talented fighter. But it's just like, I don't know, like, it's not the same. It's definitely not the same. Like, he doesn't take certain stuff serious. Like,
I mean,
raised differently.
I get that. I understand that. But I still believe that there are the older actors and actresses are kind of showing, you know, taking a couple of them young ones under their wing.
Are they going to listen, though? That's the thing. Because, like, even in our generation,
all of them might not listen.
No,
but there are a group of them that will listen. Because they want to be better in their craft. So you have to understand that from a craft standpoint, not just from the person. Take a little bit of the person, but the person that understands their craft, they're going to listen to the older people. Not all of them. I'm not saying all of them.
Honestly, I wish it would be more, but I think it's a limited amount that would.
Then those a limited amount of people would probably be at their top tier level.
Well, I mean, it really, honestly, it's only a little bit of people, like 1% at the top tier anyway. But I'm saying those are the ones that do the correct things. Hell, look now. The movie star now is the streamer that either streams video games or just like does IRL stuff.
That's kind of where I was going to go for this, is because we can't have the new movie stars in film, or the young stars, are they going to be a draw on, well, for now, TikTok rather than the movie stream?
Yeah, absolutely. Case in point, Kashnat. He's one of the biggest streamers right now. He's getting extorted by some, I don't know. I'm not going to call her out her name or anything like that, but less than desirable acting person most of the time. was trying to extort him. But apparently he's like, you know what? I'll see you in court. But I'm saying that's the kind of stuff that will ruin your movie career. Now, because it's happened so much, people are like desensitized to it a bit. And then that play ain't gonna work all the time.
So now, it's a good point. So let me throw this question in. Let's use Casanat, the biggest streamer. He did something in New York where he just trying to do a giveaway where he thought like
with the PlayStations and all that. And
that was horrible.
Caused a riot.
So he can get people to, I guess, follow him. He has more fun than I think he realized at the time. But let's say he wanted to get into films. And as his first film, he's not a top billing, but let's just say he's co-starring on a film with, I want to use Denzel.
No, kind of like what they did with the influencers in the Meg movie with the shark. Kind of like that. They had a bunch of influencers and they had like a couple actors.
So, yeah, something like that, but not like a bunch of influencers. So let's just say there's a movie with Casanat and Kevin Hart. And he demands like $20 million to do his movie.
He ain't gonna be in the movie. But in another situation,
seriously, he wouldn't be.
Another situation is: are those influencers going in as themselves, or are they going in as a actor or actress? Because if they're just in the film themselves, how they are on social media, that's easy for them.
But I mean, most of the time they write parts for them to play themselves. They're going as an actor, but they're playing themselves.
But that's what I mean, though. That it's not. It's a totally different thing. If he's in a movie with Kevin Hart is going to be the actor Kevin Hart in that film. Yeah. He's going to come in and be his influencer self. He's not going to act. He's just going to be himself.
And they're just going to
they're going to write a couple of lines for him, but he's going to do it as himself. He's not going to do it as an actor type deal.
So it'd be more like a guest starring.
Right.
But now again, he has a following. He has people that he can say, I'm in this beat. And
I love that sound. He just hit. He just hit one of them. Which one did you hit? Huh? The one that. At least you didn't hit the one that said womp womp womp.
I don't know if y'all going to hear that in this recording.
They probably will. Hey, turn that camera there. Turn it. Yeah. Get it back to where it's supposed. Yeah, there we go. I'm still putting this up. Fuck all it. Fucking, we'll fix it in post.
Ew.
Oh,
now we just had two cameras.
I definitely can't put that up now. Hey, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of like cut the black.
Have the bars up.
Have the bars up with the little sound. Beep, the whole time. Hey, this is why this show is called Fucking We'll Fix It in Post. Oh, we could just play the raw footage. You know what I'm saying?
No. We can't do that. No. We cannot. It's funny. That may make better audio than actual video. Oh God, if this was live.
That's why we don't shoot this stuff live. I'm just trying to say.
Lord have mercy.
Jesus. It would be horrible, boy. I'll say something for real I don't need to say. I mean, I know I said a couple of stuff I don't need to say, but
yeah, you've definitely said a few things.
Don't go back. That was old seasons, okay?
Those are one day gonna be like, let's see what V.A. Jones said about 2 years ago.
That's cool. That's cool. When I'm at the Oscars, y'all can play that stuff.
That's when it pops up.
I know.
That's when it pops up.
And I'm going to say, I don't know who that person was. Okay. I was going through some stuff at the time. I've been to rehab and everything else. So I've gone to therapy, everything. That was a different person at a different time. Okay.
That was the 2000 version. I had somebody say this once, like, man, that was the 1998 version. If you want to be mad at somebody, go in the time machine and go talk to that person. I am not that person anymore.
And that's what I'm gonna say. I'm not that person no more.
Talk
you know
to
what I'm
the
saying?
2021 version of.
I done started praying more and everything else.
You got your speech down.
I started meditating more. Okay. All right.
You are ready. So you're good, Carson? Oh my! So, what point was I even trying to make?
I don't know. End the episode.
Oh,
What?
that's the last thing I heard.
Oh well, yeah. Everything kind of went down.
That's how you went all Soldier Boy on me.
Anyway, so on that dramatic note, we probably should end things. So, thank you all for surviving through this with us. We're learning just like everyone.
It's
else.
a new studio. Okay.
New studio, new things, new nothing broke. So thank God for that.
New studio. Okay.
So
we navigating through some stuff. Okay. We done got everything down, but we got to figure out.
Sure
you know what I'm saying?
Keep it up.
We got to figure out how to really navigate through everything.
Probably
you know what I'm
need to
saying?
duct tape some things on it, but
Nah, don't duct tape. We got to. Make paths with little arrows on them jumps.
Once again, I am Kevin Mumphrey with my colleagues Victoria V.A. Jones. Your camera works. That's great.
I know.
Now let's check Carson's camera.
What's going on?
And Karsten, hi, Parkinson. Oh, good. His camera's working. All right. You got damn it written all over your face. That is a wrap.